huge. It's a contract that eventually bring in about, well, the project itself, with the engineers and all the work they're going to do and the sales they have, is about $1 billion. Now, I'm not sure how they quantify the $1 billion, but anytime you have 400 well-trained, highly educated, well-paid engineers come into your town, any town, and all the services that come around them, support staff, they're going to go out and buy things, go to restaurants, go to Target. It's a nice windfall for San Ramon, and I think what it'll do for San Ramon also is it reinforces not just the image or the perception, but the reality is that this is a great place to do business for serious businesses. When you have a Chevron, the world headquarters and one of the largest companies in the world, Chevron, San Ramon, AT&T, San Ramon. Now GE chooses to be here. Bank of the West is also in San Ramon. So it's been a destination place for just over 30,000 jobs already in the Bishop Ranch and surrounding areas. So it's big. That's a great question.
We asked the mayor about the impact the GE jobs might have on the San Ramon housing market. Shortly after the interview, Five9, a high-tech company based in Pleasanton, California, announced expansion plans and a move to Bishop Ranch, bringing more than 230 jobs into the area to add to what the mayor is talking about.
If 440 come in, if only a quarter of them actually physically buy a house, probably between the price range of 600 to maybe 1.2 million, that's huge. I mean, those 100 sales would translate into probably, I would say conservatively, 20% of all the home sales in that price range over a year. It would help clear out the inventory. I mean, one of the biggest challenges I think we have in our business is a lot of inventory that's been sitting there for a while. A lot of, not just distressed properties, because they're actually selling pretty good. Distressed properties aren't the issue in terms of selling. They're the issue because they're forcing prices down, because those are disinterested sellers. Banks and homeowners who are short selling who are going to net nothing, so they just want to get out of it. And as long as you have people who don't have a financial incentive, or the same financial incentive we would have if it was our own house, dominating the market with sales, that's going to be a lot of pressure downward. So no matter how many new sales come in, I don't see us having appreciation from that, but I do see it clearing out some more inventory, which is always good news. And there aren't a lot of new home sales to compete against before. So I think a lot of those will be resales. Whereas you go back 4 or 5 years ago, we had a huge influx of highly trained professionals, many from the South Bay and the East Bay, buying homes in Windermere and Gale Ranch. By the thousands, they were buying the homes. And it really has been great for San Ramon. Excellent. They brought excellent students, high test scores with them. This new migration of people coming up here to live in this area, including the GE people, aren't going to have a big stock of existing inventory of new homes to look at to buy. So that should help the resale.
The Harper team believes the completion of the new city center will help to revitalize some of the older neighborhoods in San Ramon. We think these older neighborhoods offer great value and potential for people moving into San Ramon. We asked the mayor if he agreed with our assessment.
I agree. I think one of the trends that we're going to see as time goes by, you're not seeing many homes built on 10,000 square foot lots or larger in San Ramon or Danville. What you see is smart growth, and smart growth revolves around higher densities, and the purpose being having more people on smaller space and having the services built around them, so you don't have the wide expense and forcing people to drive a car wherever they want to go. The neat thing about Inverness Park and the areas around Montevideo School is they tend to have either 8,000 to 10,000 square foot lots, and they're walkable to the downtown. And as time goes by, the percentage of the stock of homes that are on the market or homes that would be ever available that have large lots, I think now has fallen below 12%. At one time it was probably 50% of the market in San Ramon and in Danville were large lots. In San Ramon now it's down around 12%, and so it's becoming a scarce resource. And as time goes by, I keep telling people that it's a great investment to buy like old San Ramon, because yes, the homes are getting older, many of them are becoming modernized now, they all need to be updated and renovated. And as time goes by, the other new areas now, as they become older, there'll be older homes on small lots as opposed to old homes on large lots with big trees. And I think you'll have like old Palo Alto, where people can have large lots, good privacy, floor plans with good legs on them, and you can still walk to the core downtown area. I think it's a great combination. And it's a small part of this, it's a shrinking part of the housing stock. And I think that's one of the things I've talked to people about it, is you look at Inverness Park or you look at the other areas of San Ramon, whether it's Rancho Ramon, Deer Ridge, Royal Ridge, those are all areas that have large lots, still walkable distance to the new downtown, and you can have the best of both worlds, privacy, open space, and you're close to the downtown core area. Project is really one of the bottom emphasis to make that work is it's based on having 2 anchor tenants come into town. So it's a large project, several million square feet, but the premise or the foundation of it is 2 anchor tenants, whether it's we don't know who it's going to be, but a Macy's, Emporium, Crapwell, Bloomingdale's, 2 large anchor tenants agreeing to rent their properties, and they do it for an extremely low rate, way below market. But they agree for 5 years to stay, 10 years in terms of an agreement. And once you have those in place, everybody else will come into it. The problem is nobody is signing the leases to take those anchor tenants, and without anchor tenants, you can't get the financing. So it's a standoff. It's all approved, ready to get built, millions of square feet, lots and lots of restaurants, 500 townhouses and condominiums, a beautiful market area, upscale hotel, an indie theater being right across the street from the plaza. But it can't get going until the 2 anchor tenants agree in writing to rent. And once that occurs, all the smaller ones jump in who want to be around that, and now you've got the synergy and the critical mass to have it take off. So it's all around the economy and the perception by 2 large companies that they can make a go of it in the city center project. There'll be a certain tipping point where it'll make sense, and then all of a sudden you probably have companies fighting over who gets to be the 2. Right now, no one's fighting over it. Pretty soon it'll be at that stage, and they'll want to be in San Ramon. In an area we have literally 75,000 to 80,000 highly educated, well-trained professionals and households, kids, and all the disposable income. We're literally within a 5-mile drive or less of that aspect. That's huge.
To learn more about marketing strategies and how this influx of jobs may affect home values around Bishop Ranch, call the Harper Team now at 925-984-4910.